Hey everybody, it is your Sam and I'm here with another video. Today I want to delve a little bit deeper into the Novel Factory and what it provides. And today I kind of want to go over character stuff. And I want to show you a few of the things that the Novel Factory gives you as a writer, as a subscriber to the Novel Factory, in order to help you flesh out your characters. One of them is the Ultimate Character Questionnaire and Worksheet. It has over 150 character questions. Now you can go down a little bit on the page and click here to jump straight to the questions, or you can actually read why you need to use the questionnaire, how to use it, and all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and go down here to the character outline questions just so I can show you guys. Of course, there's the basic info, name and date of birth. There's also the physical appearance. Now, there are some questions on here that I haven't really seen on any other character questionnaires, such as which facial feature is most prominent or which bodily feature is most prominent. Now there's also, of course, the usual hair color, birthmarks, tattoos, all that good stuff. But there's also little mannerisms that you can list out. What are their feet like? What are, like the type of shoes that they wear? Are they pristine and clean and polished, or are they dirty and muddy all the time? Do they even like to wear shoes? You also have the personality section. And this right here is a very good question for number one. And that's, what words or phrases do they often overuse? Kind of makes you think as a writer how you can change up their dialogue a little bit to make sure that the reader can pick up on who's speaking without having to use dialogue tags. Not that dialogue tags are bad, it's just you want to make sure that your character has their own voice and that they can be picked out on the page easily. Questions up here will help you with that. Do they have a catchphrase is another one. Now, like any questionnaire, I wouldn't fill out this whole thing. There's going to be some questions on here that probably cannot be used for your characters in your world. Pick and choose which ones you think fit best and help you explore your character the best, and go from there, because filling out the whole 150 questions is going to be exhausting, and you can actually use that time for writing. Fleshing out your character is important because as you're writing, you discover more things about your character, but this also lends you a little bit more control over where your story is going. If you want that, like if you're a heavy plotter and you don't want to stray from that plotting outline that you've spent, days on, then you need to flesh out your character really, really well so that hopefully you won't stray at all. And these will help you do that. And the next section is friends and family. Also a couple of good questions here that can delve into the mindset of your character and their wants and needs for their friends and their family, such as number 5, their ideal best friend. Past and future is the next section. This right here is a very good one because it can help build up your character's past. That way they're a little bit more solidified in your mind. This doesn't necessarily have to go into your book. None of this has to go into your book, but this is just for you to know your character so that whenever you throw them into your plot points, into these situations that you have contrived for them, you are well aware of how they're going to react and what part of their history, what part of their life made them react that way, so that your reader sees them as a more believable character. And you want that. You want your readers to be able to see your character and not be thrown by something random that they didn't see coming at all, unless, it's needed. Love is the next section. It's a little short, but the friends and family and the conflict kind of help flesh out the love section as well. Conflict, this right here, what are their phobias? What do they love to hate? How do they perceive strangers? Number 4 is an interesting question. If your character could only save one thing from their burning house, what would it be? And that is I think, a very good writing prompt to explore with building your character. Work, education, and hobbies is the next, and this can help you explore again how your character is going to react to certain situations or to certain other characters. Favorites is kind of a normal thing. I've seen a lot of these questions on a lot of other character development sheets, so it's basically the same thing. Some of these questions might not work for your world depending on if they have like famous artists or just kind of bards that travel, you know, and they're not really known, but they're kind of known, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Possessions is the next one. How they feel about possessions could be a question that's added into this one right here. If they're minimalists or, you know, they like to collect everything. Spirituality is the next. And a lot of these are very good questions. Even if you're writing like a fantasy or sci-fi or something like that, exploring a character's zodiac sign, even if they're not part of this world, could be beneficial to you because it also will help you solidify their reactions to certain situations or how well they will mesh with other characters or not mesh. Values is the next section. I think this is a very good section right here. I think all of these questions should be answered at, you know, some level. Just because me as a reader, I like a character that has some moral point. And that is to say, they can be the worst villain ever, but as long as they have these things about them, then I am still going to like them. I like a lot of villains because they have been fleshed out so well. Like, they are fighting for their version of freedom. They're fighting for something that pained them or something like that. The value section is something that I like. Daily life is the next section. And then you have a miscellaneous section where you can kind of pick and choose these questions because not all of these questions are going to be able to fit into your character or your character's world. And also, with number 1, you get a link to another helpful article that the Novel Factory has put up, and that is character archetype. Again, you have the content section right here that you can click on and you can just jump to that particular portion of the article. But it goes over what are character archetypes, into how to use these archetypes to create your characters, and it goes a little bit into the perfect hero. Commonly used character archetype sets. The most famous one, I guess, are the hero's journey archetypes. And if you haven't explored Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, I would highly recommend that because a lot of our stories, a lot of our historical stories that are famous follow, you know, this certain formula. And that's the reason why we have formulas about plotting and writing and all this good stuff. And it's all because humans like what they like for a reason, and we can get into the psychology of the thing, or you can just kind of go to, you know, Joseph Campbell's A Hero's Journey and study up a little bit on it and know it. But yeah, things like the Hunger Games and Harry Potter, the Odyssey, the Iliad, Beowulf, all that good stuff follows the hero's journey archetypes and flow and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you want to delve more into it, I highly recommend just studying up a little bit on Joseph Campbell's A Hero's Journey. And there are a few notes about the examples, but then they jump into the actual archetypes. And these right here are the hero's journey archetypes that so you've got the hero, the mentor, the ally, the herald, the trickster, the shapeshifter, the guardian, the shadow, and then you go into the 4 categories of the primary character, which is hero, nemesis, reflection, and romance. Saying all that, to go back here to our characters. I have 2 of my characters kind of put in here. Kiona Nita Bell is my main character, and I've just put in a couple of images for her. I like having images because it's a quick reference point. It's a quick refresher for me if I haven't worked on the project for a while. So in the character section of each character, you have characterization, you have backstory, you have voice, physical appearance, personality, friends, and family. And each of these sections are right here. You can hide them if you want to up here in this upper toolbar at the top, or you can go to each box and hit the little pencil button and you can add all of their info, as much as you want or as little as you want, because again, there are a ton of questions, a ton of things that you can fill out in here. Some people don't want to do all that work, and I agree. So I'm going to spend some time filling this out a little bit just to show you how easy it is and how you can kind of do it. A little bit on how you can fill out each character. Now, if you are on your character page and you're kind of through filling out these little profiles here, then you can always go over here and do a view all, and you can jump to your next character, or you can just click on the next character in your list. If you don't have the character that you're looking for in your list, you can always click on the grid and then go to add character. You can add the name and the card summary and an image and click on add, and it will do that for you, and you can start filling out that character's information. Now with Nita's, I haven't really filled out absolutely everything just for the sake of the length of this video. I assure you I will fill everything out as I go along with this project. As far as the next video goes, I'm probably going to go either with locations or items, just to show you a little bit on how to fill those out. And then after we do those two, we'll go into the plot portion of the novel factory so that we can tie everything in, the characters, the locations, and all that stuff into each plot point, and we can go from there. I hope you'll look forward to the next videos that I'm going to be doing, and that you have enjoyed the Novel Factory showcase that I have done so far. And if you have the Novel Factory, comment down below and tell me how you like it or dislike it or anything like that. If you have any suggestions for my next videos, go ahead and comment with that as well. As always, thank you for watching. Be kind to one another, stay safe, keep writing, and keep being creative, and I will see you next time.